Welcome everyone. Today we have game 13 of the Chess World Championship. This is the second to last game of the classical matches. This is the last time that Gukesh gets to play with the white pieces. Let's see how it went. Right now they are drawn, so if Gukesh wants to win in the classical portion of the matches, he really needs to win this. He opened the game with e4, e6, the French defense, d4, d5, knight to c3, knight to f6, e5, the knight just retreats, both of them actually, and we have c5 attacking the structure in the center, all very normal. c3, knight to c6, a3, and now we have the first things thinking of the game. So as quickly as move 7, Ding already leaves theory and thinks for 15 minutes or something like that. And therefore Gukesh right now is just swimming. He's not worried, he's very happy with it. Once again, Ding came underprepared, so Gukesh has good chances of winning the game. So Ding moves the knight to b6, knight to f4, we have takes, and now Ding has already spent a whole hour, even though Gukesh has spent only 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes actually. So what Ding does is, even though this is not the best move, the engine is expecting this, but that's not what Ding does, because he's assuming that Gukesh can prepare for the best moves. So therefore, he plays something that might not be as accurate, but that will make Gukesh start thinking, because Ding needs to catch up on time. So knight to c4, and we have takes, and knight to e2, b5. So as you can see, even though Gukesh hasn't spent a crazy amount of time, now at least he's left theory and is thinking for himself. So Ding achieves what he wanted, and we have castles, knight to c3, rook to b8, knight to h5, trying to possibly come for an attack. I mean, at this level I don't think that they will fall for this, but sometimes the threat is enough. f5, en passant, the bishop takes, and queen to f3. Queen to e8, and we have the knight takes the bishop, and then the rook takes the knight, and the queen just moves. Queen to g6 and f3, trying to prevent any possible attacks from the bishop in the future. Rook to f8, rook to d1, knight to e7, and now look at this beautiful move. Bishop to f4, targeting the rook. And you might tell me, but wait, isn't this just a free knight? Well, not exactly, because if you take, the queen will simply come here and it will be forking both rooks, and there's no way that they can both be defended, because this bishop is in between those two rooks. So you can't just come back, or you can't come there. So everything's unprotected because of that bishop right there. So what an incredible move by Gukesh. The rook moves, and the bishop attacks it again, and it just centralizes it. This bishop is incredibly central and powerful right here. Rook to e8, protecting the knight, and we just have an exchange, and queen to e5. As you can see, even though now Ding has less time, they both have about the same time, and Gukesh is only slightly better, so he has to go to work if he wants to bring it home. e6, d5, takes, and queen to e6. You can see that Ding is ready to draw this. This is the last game of Gukesh with white. If he can get a draw, he'll be very happy with it. So he just wants to trade all the pieces and go home. But Gukesh, no. Gukesh wants this. Gukesh wants to win. He wants to become the champion. And so we have rook to e8, rook to e1, and after this, well, actually, sorry, just let me go back here. Only move to keep equality is rook to f8, and Ding finds it in 4 minutes. Incredible. And then here, only move is rook to c7, only move, and Ding finds it in, wait, how long? In 1 second. Incredible. Incredible. I assume that in those 4 minutes he already calculated everything, and that was the only move. The queen moves, he offers another exchange of queens, and Gukesh just keeps refusing it. So the king has to move now because it's in check, and we have rook to e5, rook to e7, and Ding gets to exchange a pair of rooks. h6, trying to make sure that the king never gets back ranked mated. Sorry. Bishop to d7, knight to e4, queen to f4, rook to e7, bishop f5, and after check we have another trade of pieces. So the bishop takes knight, and then the rook just takes the bishop. If you take with the queen, you just lose a pawn with check, and well, that's not very good. c3. So right now Ding, even though this loses this pawn, all he wants is to trade these 3 pawns for these 2, because then if he can exchange the pieces like a queen for a queen, then rook and 3 against rook and 2 will just be a draw. So that's what he wants, and so he gets rid of one of those pawns, and then after a quick maneuver he threatens to exchange queens once again. He just takes the second pawn, and now even though you can take this, it will be a draw. Yeah, so we have an exchange of queens, and now rook and 3 against rook and 2, it's just a draw. So Ding is just happy with the result. He's not gonna lose this. He's way too good for that, and so we just have a 3-fold repetition, and it ends up on a draw. It was a very interesting game. Gukesh definitely did come and gave his all, but Ding was just too good. It was madness to me how he found all those moves in just 4 minutes. He spends an hour in the very early moves, and then just blitzes all the best moves in the late game. Incredible. Very well played by Ding. So that was the game. I hope you enjoyed. And so they will go on to the last game with 6.5 points each. And so if any of them win the next game, well, they will become the chess world champion. And if they don't, then in 2 days we will settle that with rapid and blitz games, and possibly even bullet. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.